continue this one right here.
Hey.
Too deeply, and in her mind, desire is humiliation. So she flips the script. If she insults you first, she never has to feel exposed.
Right?
If she
Football head.
ghosts you first, she never has to fear abandonment.
But
If she
that's why people are abusive,
Okay.
right? They're not, people are not mean because they just were born mean. That's psychopaths and sociopaths.
Yeah, of course.
But even narcissists were mean because the parents never paid attention. They never gave them love. Or even Helga, she was compared a lot to her sister Olga.
Okay.
You'll watch videos of Olga and she was always happy when she's
What a
prettier and
surprise! All my
Does she have a
favorite people.
boyfriend?
I'm sorry I can't stay. Did Olga tell you the good news?
Doug's in the astronaut program.
I'm going to Mars!
So, let me give you the whole tour.
Oh, that's pretty sad right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
You must think I'm lucky. All the attention I get from them. I have to perform all the time like some kind of wind-up doll. I get really sick of it. You're lucky they don't even notice you.
Really?
Really.
This is actually a real thing with sisters,
Yeah.
where there's sister competition. It's usually the parents' fault,
Yeah, of course.
you know, because the parents don't accept the child for what they are, and because they don't accept the child as what they are, it creates competition.
Economics. A.
A.
Atmospheric science. A. Advanced French. A. Merci beaucoup. And ta-da! Elizabethan poetry. B.
She changed it for good.
B plus?
I can't believe it.
It's not that bad, darling.
She's drunk.
It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, because she's performing for her parents.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Yeah, so that's like, even she's fucked up, but that's the thing, is like, what will fix it is empathy towards the sister.
Okay. For example, what this guy was saying, could that be like they are mean? Because then if you are mean to them, they can think that it's like, oh yeah, because I was mean. So it's not because I'm not someone that you can be mean to.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. It could be multiple reasons.
Okay.
Right? The brain processes a lot of reasons and unconscious biases at the same time.
Okay.
It's pretty much an unlimited processing machine that it could think of one thing while thinking of multiple things simultaneously. So it could be that she does it because she's afraid of getting rejected. She also resents men. She resents her sister, and it just creates those layers. And the more this happens as you get older, the more layers it happens, and it reaches a point where you want to escape because you just overload, and you're not, and because you're unconsciously aware of these things, your brain starts to create escapism, and that's usually when you start to drink because you saw your mom drinking. So she might become an alcoholic as an adult.
Okay.
She might become an abuser, and she might do the same thing to her siblings, to her kids when she grows
Yeah,
up.
of course.
Right? And it just recreates the thing. You'd be surprised if you look at the parents, and notice the dad is cold, the mom is like an emotional wreck, right? So she might attract an alcoholic guy, or because she identifies with her dad more than the mom, she might attract a bitch like the mom.
Okay.
Like, because you take on the trait of the parent that you identify with, and most likely she doesn't respect the mom because she's weak, because she sees herself as a strong woman. You know,
I see.
and even if you look at her, she's more like the tomboy, right? She's a tomboy. She bullies boys and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like really.
Disrespects you, she gets to pretend she isn't the one trembling. Distance is her shield. Meanness is her disguise. Coldness is her last line of defense. So understand the psychology, not the performance. A woman only lashes out at the man she likes when she has not yet mastered her own emotional terrain. When she feels the ground shifting under her feet, she tries to regain balance the only way she knows. It isn't elegance, it isn't kindness, but it is human, wildly human. And if you're paying attention, painfully transparent.
No, if you know this, if you don't know this, you just think they're just mean. Like when I see people act that way, I connect the dots because of this. Like but if you don't know this, and you don't know how these things develop, you just look at the end product and you develop resentment towards them.
Yeah, of course.
But when you understand that meanness, aggression, and wanting to hurt people is really a reaction to something that they had no control over, it gives you the empathy to not react to their behavior. For Helga, watching her sister cry is very important because her sister, she also understands the comparisons, and so she plays on that and she tries to win.
Okay.
Right. And so seeing her cry, seeing the weakness, seeing her relate to an emotion that she also secretly feels can maybe help her have compassion. But in that one, she was like laughing.
Yeah, of course.
But that's because she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand that her sister is really miserable. When you saw that, like you would never expect that, I mean, she's with a guy that is gonna leave her.
Yeah.
And that is embarrassing to her because that's Arnold. That's embarrassing to her because the view that she has is that her life is perfect. But when you okay, she confesses love. When you start to see people's real life, you don't really start to feel envy. You only feel envy because you see what you think they have.
Yeah, of course.
But when you really see people's misery and people's like their secret lives that you never see, you don't feel that much. In other words, when you start to see reality and you stop seeing the world through what you think people have. Let me see this. Oh, you got with her. You see?
Yeah.
Hasta que te apareces.
Estaba trabajando en las bodegas.
Dame tu cheque.
Sí, abuser.
Se acabó, ya no soporto más.
¿Qué estás haciendo?
Tomo el control de esta pesadilla. Si tengo que ser tu esposo, las cosas van a cambiar. En primera, ya no trabajaré en la tienda de tu padre. Segunda, nos mudaremos de esta casa de locos. Y finalmente empezarás a compartir las responsabilidades.
Bla, 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 bla.
¿Por qué haces esto? Oye, sé que no eres tan floja, fría y desconsiderada. Puedes actuar así, pero en el fondo sé que eres lista y con sentimientos. Y si tendremos que estar casados, entonces quiero que empieces a mostrarlo.
No sé de qué estás hablando.
Si lo sabes, Helga, ¿por qué no quieres admitirlo? No eres tan malvada.
Sí lo soy.
No lo eres, no lo eres.
Bien. Tienes razón. Ya no puedo ocultarlo.
But what happens is that when she confesses that, a girl like her might leave him because now she's embarrassed.
Yeah, of course. She doesn't want to be vulnerable.
Exactly. So she might leave him, or she might once again go back, or she might drink more, eat more chocolates.
Okay.
Because she's like, oh fuck, he saw me. It's like if you see a serial killer, it's like, oh, you saw my face, now you gotta die.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it's kind of like that. Like it's like yeah, you can see it, but that's the last thing you see.
She's a peculiar kind of woman who confuses men because her behavior is a contradiction wrapped in silk. When she doesn't care, she is graceful, charming, almost effortless. But when she does care, she becomes unpredictable. She becomes sharp, almost cruel, as if the fire inside her is spilling out in the wrong direction. To the untrained eye, it looks like disrespect, but what you're witnessing is a woman wrestling with a force she doesn't know how to tame. Desire, for her, feels like standing on a cliff with no guardrails. One wrong move, and she fears she'll fall. So she grips the edge with her nails and cuts whoever stands too close. When she likes a man, she steps into unfamiliar territory. Her usual sense of control evaporates. The scripts she uses to manage the world no longer apply. He sees too much. He stirs too much. And because she cannot dominate her feelings, she tries to dominate the situation. A cold remark here, an unexplained disappearance there,
You see?
a sudden shift in tone. These are not strategic moves. They're survival reflexes. Her disrespect isn't really aimed at you. It's aimed at the part of herself she can't discipline.
Well, yeah, true. But at the same time, it's still aimed at you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't give a fuck how unintentional it is. It's like, it's still aimed at you, even though it isn't. So that's why people like her, like, it's like you gotta, it first starts with self-awareness and acknowledging what happened in the past, acknowledging why you are the way you are, because you think someone like her thinks she is the way she is because of just who she is. It's like,
Yeah, of
no,
course.
it happened because your dad and mom never paid attention. They compared you to your sister. You resent your sister, and because of the resentment, you wish bad on your sister, but in reality, you don't. But at the same time, you do because of just how it makes you feel, you know. And so, knowing these things, these patterns control you when you're not aware of that.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but having awareness of it liberates you from them.
Of course, because now you can tell, like, okay, I'm feeling like this because, like, the past things that happened to me. And now I can say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be like that. I'm just afraid.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep. Yep. And it also helps to understand your parents' upbringing, why they are the way they are.
Yeah, of course.
Because a child thinks that things just appeared out of nowhere, and that removes the empathy, right? Like, oh wow, my mom is a bitch. Okay, but why? Did she get abused? Was she mistreated as a child? Did she not get love? Did her mom die? Did her dad die? Was she always compared? Did she have mental illnesses that were never treated? Was she judged for it? And you feel bad for it, and that feeling does give you enough empathy to forgive them.
Yeah, of course. Of course, because it's not personal.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
It's not personal. And with the sister too, like watching her live so shitty in a weird way, possibly was kind of therapeutic because, you know, you realize she is not. This Helga Petaki is really an interesting. Let me see this.
Hey, who's taking me
She's
to
angry.
school?
Yeah, in a minute, Olga.
No, I'm Helga, Dad. Helga.
Whatever. Go play outside, would you?
I'm going to preschool.
What do you know? 1 minute flat. You're amazing, Olga.
I'm going to preschool.
That is sad. That is real. Poor Helga. I pity her. It's no wonder she is a grouch most of the series. She was neglected by her own family. How could it? Yeah, you feel bad, man.
Yeah,
you feel bad for
course.
poor little Helga. This is my first look into truly dysfunctional family. Yeah, what a kind of parents forget to take their kids to school. Well, parents who don't like what you came out as. Maybe they wanted a boy. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, she's not. Look, you see that perversion? I mean, she's peeping, committing crimes and shit.
People forget that attraction is a form of chaos. It breaks the order of the mind. Men often handle this chaos by chasing. Women, especially those who have tasted heartbreak, handle it by retreating into emotional armor. The armor becomes their identity. They have lived for years believing that softness equals danger. Love equals humiliation. Vulnerability equals foolishness. And so when they feel these old dormant emotions awakening, they panic. They step back. They lash out. They sabotage. Because the first law of their internal kingdom is simple and unforgiving. No one gets close enough to wound me again. You can't understand her behavior without understanding the ghosts behind it. Every woman who disrespects the man she desires is haunted, not by the man in front of her, but by the memory of men behind her. Someone lied to her.
And usually these memories are resentment.
Okay.
Like, it's not just memories, because every negative emotion that you feel comes from something that somebody did to you. If nobody ever did anything bad to you, you wouldn't have that many negative emotions.
Okay.
You know, every misinterpretation comes from your resentment of somebody else. And resentments a lot of the times are misinterpretations too.
Yeah, of course.
Like, maybe somebody's not doing nothing bad to you, but you think they are, so you sort of develop that unnecessarily.
Okay.
But that misinterpretation comes from something true and real, neglectment from childhood.
Yeah, of course.
So that neglectment will create misinterpretations. And that's why you're like, yo, you're crazy. I forgot to text you back. I don't not like you. I just forgot.
Yeah, of course.
You know? And so that becomes a fear. You don't want to recreate the past, you know? And the way to overcome that is to acknowledge resentments. to write down what are those resentments and talk to and literally tell somebody those resentments, because those resentments, a lot of the times you don't want to tell people that because it's embarrassing. Most people never tell people the things they resent. A lot of parents, most of the time, sometimes maybe they just wanted one kid.
Yeah, of course.
And Helga was by accident.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, fuck, we have another kid, man.
Yeah. Or maybe like, okay, yeah, we wanted two, but like they want to live through their kids, and that's so fucked up because like, yeah, the other kid, it's like she knows how to play the piano and she has like good grades and whatever, and this kid is like, oh, you're not like what we want to be.
Yep, tomboyish, ugly, according to them, I imagine. And it's like, no, like Helga could be a very talented girl. She could be an athlete.
Yeah.
She could be. She's not a girly girl, and that's who she is. In fact, you relate more with Helga because she likes watching football.
Yeah, of course.
But he doesn't see it. Maybe he wanted a certain kind of girl, and that's why it's very important. If you're gonna have a kid, like you got to be open minded that your kid could come out gay, and that's why gay guys a lot of times a lot of them have drug addictions.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of them are drug addicts
because they don't feel like accepted.
Yeah, they don't feel accepted. Yep. Yeah. Or they'll be artists. They'll be really good artists, actually. They could be really successful because when you don't feel accepted, when you live a double life, you develop a dark side, shadow side. And what people don't understand is that your shadow side is a source of creativity. The more darkness and emptiness you have, the more fuel you have for creativity.
Okay.
I mean, look at her. She was building sculptures out of gum.
Yeah.
I mean, she was a sculptor.
Yeah, of course.
And that's it. I mean, just that. That's pretty. She's like an artist.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that emptiness does create, and that's creativity. She might not be like music like she is, but she's an artist.
Yeah.
But her parents never said, "Wow, look at that sculpture out of thing." She was creating costumes. The parents never said, "Wow, how you did that?" They never praised her.
It was just like, "Oh, you're crazy."
You're crazy, exactly. So if I saw that and my kid did that, I'm like, "Wait a minute, yo, you're creepy. I get it, but let's put her in art school, man.
Yeah,
let's build her self-esteem up to that." No, they didn't. It makes her good things feel bad.
Okay.
Right, and that creates low self-worth because how you see yourself is not how you really should see yourself.
Yeah, of course.
You should be praised more. I mean, really, it's kind of insane. Like she really is talented. Like, but they see her. Even the show misinterprets it. As a shrine. I mean, it's crazy, man. She was a sculptor.
Abandoned her. Someone praised her only to disappear.
Come on, let's find out her sculptors.
Yeah.
Helga's shrine again.
Maybe if we had more knots to the tail.
He's really devoted.
You better get this one fast before it dries.
She understands how it works.
It's so beautiful. A monument to my beloved. And yet, something is missing. But what could it be?
We see these. I mean that like she was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, she has multiple sculptures here.
I call on the
She's really good at design, and that's not football. That's not made out of gum. That's something else. She got out of fruit.
sacred shrine, bastion of sanity in this crazy, mixed-up world in which we live. How tender I feel when you brush past me. How I forget my cares. How the essence of you lingers sweet in the air, and I.
Yeah, of course.
Helga? Are you all right, honey?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Well, sleep well.
Ignoring them again. Yeah.
Oh.
Someone taught her that the moment she opened her heart, the game changed. She vowed never to be caught unprepared again. So she created a persona built on distance, wit, sarcasm, and emotional detachment. It protected her. It kept her alive in the battlefield of romance. But it also ensured that any genuine connection she feels now becomes a threat to that armor, and threats are met with hostility. When she ghosts you, She isn't walking away. She's hiding in the last safe place she knows. Absence.
All right, so we're gonna do another one, but we're gonna finish this one here, and we'll upload the rest later on.